In the most hostile environment on Earth, only the Titans survive.
They are the silent giants of the modern world, connecting continents and carrying the weight of the global economy.
90% of everything you own, from the phone in your hand to the clothes on your back, arrived on a vessel like this.
But before they can conquer the seas, they must be born from fire and steel. The journey begins here, in a dry dock large enough to swallow the Eiffel Tower.
It starts with a vision. Thousands of engineers spend years calculating every stress point, every weld, and every bolt.
Aerodynamics are tested virtually before a single piece of metal is cut. Failure is not an option.
With the design finalized and the contract signed, the heavy work begins.
The ingredients are simple but heavy. High-grade marine steel, designed to withstand the crushing pressure of the deep.
Tens of thousands of tons of raw steel are moved into the processing halls.
First, the steel must be cleaned. Rust is stripped away to ensure a perfect weld.
Computer-controlled plasma torches slice through the thick metal with surgical precision.
Every piece is cut to the millimeter. This is a puzzle with 1,000,000 pieces.
These are the ribs of the giant. They will give the ship its strength.
But ships aren't flat. Massive hydraulic presses bend the cold steel into the complex curves of the hull.
Human eyes verify what machines create. Precision is key. Then, the fusion begins. Automated robots work 24/7, welding the pieces together. Where robots can't reach, skilled human hands take over. The bond must be unbreakable.
The ship isn't built all at once. It's built in blocks. Small sections become larger units.
These mega blocks are so heavy, they require special multi-wheeled transporters to move them.
The keel laying. This is the moment the ship is truly born. A coin is often placed beneath for good luck.
Cranes, capable of lifting thousands of tolls, hoist the sections into the air.
Like a gigantic 3D puzzle, the blocks are lowered into the dry dock and welded together.
Day by day, the skeleton grows. The flat bottom begins to look like a ship. Week by week, the dry dock transforms. What was once empty space is now occupied by thousands of tons of steel.
Once the blocks meet, they must become one. Automatic welders seal the giants together with unbreakable bonds.
Inside, the cargo holds are vast enough to fit a cathedral. This empty space is where the profit lies.
It takes an army. Welders, electricians, and painters swarm the structure, preparing it for the sea.
The most iconic part, the bow, designed to slice through the ocean's resistance. Lifting the bow requires absolute precision. One mistake here could be catastrophic.
This strange protrusion is the bulbous bow. It changes the water flow, saving thousands of gallons of fuel.
Finally, the face of the giant is attached. The ship now has its form.
At the other end, the stern is shaped to channel water towards the propeller.
The deck is laid down. This will be the floor for thousands of containers.
Before it touches water, it needs armor. Layers of special paint protect the steel from the corrosive salt.
These numbers will tell the captain how heavy the load is once the ship is afloat.
But a body needs a heart. This is the world's largest diesel engine.
Weighing over 2,000 tons, installing it is a delicate dance of heavy machinery.
It is lowered deep into the belly of the ship, never to be seen again.
With 100,000 horsepower, this engine can power a small city.
This crankshaft transfers the explosive power of the engine into rotation. A massive steel shaft connects the beating heart to the driving force at the rear.
The propeller, cast from bronze and polished to a mirror finish.
Any imperfection here would cause vibration and waste energy. It must be flawless.
It is fitted onto the shaft with a nut the size of a car. Behind it sits the rudder, a simple plate that steers this floating city.
While the main engine moves the ship, massive generators provide electricity for the lights, cranes, and crew.
The heart is monitored from here, a digital brain ensuring the pulse never stops. While the hull takes shape, the superstructure is built separately. This 5-story block will be the crew's home. Weighing as much as a small skyscraper, it is lifted in one piece.
It is crowned onto the hull. The brain is now connected to the body.
A funnel is installed. The lungs of the engine.
The bridge offers a commanding view. From here, the captain will guide this monster across oceans.
Radars and satellite domes are the ship's eyes and ears, seeing miles beyond the horizon.
Steel's greatest enemy is salt. Thousands of liters of high-tech paint provide the final shield.
The bottom gets a special coating to stop barnacles and algae from hitching a ride.
Finally, she gets her name. An identity that will be tracked in ports around the world.
The anchor alone weighs 15 tons, a last resort against the fury of the sea. Each link of the chain is forged to hold the ship against a hurricane. Before she touches water, tradition demands a sacrifice. A bottle of champagne for good luck.
The supports are knocked away. The giant is ready to wake up.
The valves are opened. For the first time, the sea comes to meet the ship. Slowly, millions of gallons of water flood the dock. The pressure builds. Physics takes over. Archimedes' principle in action. Thousands of tons of steel float. The gate is removed. The path to the ocean is open.
She has power, but no room to move. Tugboats arrive to guide the beast out.
Thick tow lines connect the giant to her little helpers.
In a slow, coordinated dance, the ship leaves the womb of the shipyard.
She is finally in her element.
The captain gives the order. The massive heart beats for the first time.
But she isn't ready for cargo yet. Sea trials push the ship to its absolute limits.
Braking tests, turning circles, and emergency stops. The crew must know she can handle the worst.
The tests are done. Papers are signed. The shipyard hands over the keys to the owners.
She heads to her first port of call. Empty and riding high, she is hungry for cargo.
The loading begins. Massive cranes, operated by skilled pilots, descend to fill the belly of the beast. Below deck, cell guides ensure every container stacks perfectly, locking them in place.
On deck, stevedores secure the stacks with twist locks. These small metal pieces are all that stop the cargo from falling into the sea. For 24 hours, the cranes never stop. 20,000 containers. Electronics, clothes, food, millions of dollars in goods.
Lashing bars create a steel web, holding the towers of boxes against the rolling ocean.
She is full, heavy, stable,
and ready to do what she was born for. Lines are cast off. The engine rumbles to life. The maiden voyage begins. The harbor pilot disembarks. The captain is now the sole master of his domain.
The telegraph is set to full ahead. The propeller churns thousands of tons of water every second.
Day turns to night. While the world sleeps, the ship pushes on, guided by radar and satellites.
For the 20 crew members on board, this floating steel island is home for months.
The ocean is not always kind, but the steel, the welds, and the design hold firm.
Deep below, the heart never skips a beat, driving 200,000 tons of steel through the resistance. Storms pass. And with the sunrise, a new continent appears on the horizon. After weeks at sea, the destination is in sight. Mission accomplished. She docks with the gentleness of a feather.
The cargo flows out to stores, factories, and homes. The cycle of the global economy continues.
She is just one of thousands, an invisible fleet that keeps the modern world turning.
From a rusty sheet of steel to a king of the ocean, a triumph of human engineering.
Connecting nations. Delivering dreams. The Titan of the sea sails on. A Process World. Subscribe for more mega manufacturing.